The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Batman.
Oh, I'm on center. Okay. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Nurse, you bully me host Leroy, aka Did He Do It? Effing right, he did it. With my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka The Kiss from a Rose.
Love that song. And we're back with an episode. We're just going to jump into it. Let's see if we got anything. Oh, we also want to give a shout out to our third co-host, the AI.
All hail the Doombots.
Because resistance is futile. So, yeah. All right, Eli. So some big news happened this week that I want to talk about real quick. And here's the thing. This is what I want to talk about. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but we have another moon coming.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this, yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. Nobody's talking about it. I thought that was a big deal. So for the people that don't know what the hell I'm talking about this week, it was just announced that NASA or somebody announced that we have another moon coming next week. It's coming. It's going to be like a mini asteroid, basically like a mini asteroid is going to be here. It's going to orbit our Earth next week. It's going to be here for 2 months and then leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
About
Apparently, Eli, this happens like all the time.
Yeah, I guess it happens a lot.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that happening.
This thing is about the size of a football field, they say.
Not even that. They say it's like 2 giraffes or something.
Yeah, it happens all the time, they say.
Yeah, never heard about that before, but yeah, they said it's going to be a thing. It's going to float around for a while and leave. So everybody be on your best behavior. We have a guest coming, so act like you have some sense. Or maybe it's not even the moon. It's in the sky. It is the big. Isn't this how Independence Day started?
Yeah, but that thing
we
was
thought
huge.
It was a moon, and okay, that thing was huge,
fucking
but
huge.
Yeah, but we thought it was a moon. It turned out, and then it's slowing down, sir. Let's do something.
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
And also like they didn't know it was here until it was here. Like
right. And then it just showed up. We try to start peace. See, at least we know this thing is coming. So
yeah.
All right. So what do we got here?
Oh,
who is this?
What about the meteor supposed to come?
Renee Navarro. What about the meteor supposed to come? Yeah. So yeah, we're getting technically meteor, asteroid, whatever you want to call it. We're calling it a mini moon. It's going to orbit the Earth for 2 months and then take off and leave and go do something else.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a big thing. I thought that was a big deal. Hold up, they pop it, they're coming in hot. All right. I think we need to just get to it. Hey, Dad.
I'll check you out, man. Think pink.
Who are you saying hey dad to? Me or
it ain't me.
It ain't me. Hey, Eli, one of us, the kid is not our son, so I don't know.
Well, I think Daddy is okay, Diddy 100%. Okay. All right, yeah.
We're coming in hot. We're coming in hot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about comics, y'all.
Let's talk about comics. Yeah,
let's talk about escapism. Let's get away from all that nonsense. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm sorry, Eli, I gotta talk about that for a second. Here's the thing about that Diddy shit, man. Okay, so we know that he's got like all kind of incriminating evidence on everybody we got coming out right now. Am I gonna have to cancel every artist I like growing up next week when the news comes out? Just saying. Because we cancel culture. We can't listen to this anymore. Can't listen to it anymore. I'm like, I don't know, man. I can just stop listening to everything.
Do you still listen to R. Kelly?
I don't. I can't because I've been guilt shamed into not listening to R. Kelly, so I can't do it. No, I mean, Dad, they come in hot. Look, we gotta get to the show, man. We gotta get to the show. We appreciate everybody showing up, but we gotta get to the show. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about, Eli, we're going to talk about something we watched. Penguin episode 1 that happened on HBO Max that came out this week. So we're gonna talk about the Penguin, show that came out. It was a big deal. They've been hyping up ever since the Batman ended. So now we're here. We're gonna talk about it now. Now for those who don't know, can we give I don't want to do. I know we said we were gonna do a deep dive, Eli, but let's not do a deep dive. Let's talk about the Penguin. Where he came from, what he's all about, stuff like that. Hold up, what we got here? I'm gonna do one more. We're gonna get back to it. You still listen to who? Korn. The singer was.
They're a new metal band.
Okay, they're not new. I know Korn.
No, new metal.
Oh, okay.
New metal.
I feel like
it's a genre of metal. Not new. No, they're old as fuck.
Okay, yeah, Eli. I thought you were finna hose me for a second.
No,
Leroy don't know shit.
NU.
Let me
That's what it
okay.
is. Not
Okay.
NEW,
All right.
NU
Leroy
metal.
don't know shit. I can tell him anything. Okay. All right. Anyway, back what we were talking about. We're gonna talk about let's briefly talk about the penguin. Like where the penguin came from, because the thing is we can talk about, I want to see if I got this thing here. We can talk about the penguin, that he's like one of the unsung heroes, like the four kings or queens, kings and queens of Batman, like Mount Rushmore, if you want to say it, four pillars, whatever you want to say it, of the Batman rogues gallery. He's always there, but I always felt like Eli, he was underrated. I feel like he's the underrated of the four. Like
He
everybody
is,
had
yeah,
their shine.
yeah. He is kind of treated as the redheaded stepchild. He is, yeah,
Yeah, like he's cool when he hang around them, but as far by himself, people don't see him there. But I always thought he had potential, Eli, and I think it has a soft spot for me because one of the first Batman comics I ever read was this comic. That's why I posted the other
okay,
day when Pat Penguin shot Batman. Now I'm not gonna review this comic, but the thing is, this comic at the end of it, like he's actually getting a fist fight with Batman. This is back in the 80s, shit like that. And was actually hanging with Batman. The reason he was hanging with Batman because Batman was like, damn, this dude is faster than I thought he was. Like I thought he was just some big slob or whatever like that. But no, this guy's actually like nimble and agile like that. So he was actually getting in Batman's shit for a while. When Batman got serious, of course he kicked his ass. But the fact that he was giving Batman a fight and then he had his goons and umbrella guns and monocle and all that bullshit. Yeah, so like that. So
yeah,
like I said, everybody knows what Penguin. The first thing, well, us old fucks know about Penguin. The first time we've seen Penguin was obviously Burgess Meredith,
yeah,
who was also Mickey in the Rocky movies, but I just remember nobody's seen the Rocky movies, Eli. So the Creed prequels, he played Mickey in that. Who's another one we got? The big one that a lot of people might know that a little bit younger, Danny DeVito.
yeah,
Yeah, and he made a stamp on it. I think his performance actually like pretty much set the tone of what Penguin was, where he was like this basically the son of an aristocrat, and he tried to like reclaim his birthright. That storyline pops up when Penguin lore a lot. And
yeah,
honestly, if you look at that Penguin, like if you look at that Penguin, I mean, I'm sorry, the Batman Returns movie again, it was really a Penguin movie.
yeah,
Like Batman
yeah.
just kind of just shows up every now and then, but it was really his movie. Same
Well,
thing with
that's
Joker.
well,
I
that's
mean,
the thing
yeah,
with Tim Burton.
yeah,
The Tim Burton Batman movies. Tim Burton was more like he was more into the villains.
yeah.
Well, he spent more time with the villains. You can tell he was having fun with the villains. Whereas Batman's, yeah, he's kind of a secondary afterthought in those
Mhm.
Tim Burton movies. He's
Like
more
Batman is
fascinated with
reactionary to the stuff that they were already doing, but the
he's
story,
more
yeah.
fascinated with the villains in Tim Burton's movies. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know,
And so nothing wrong with it, and because the villains are quirkier, weird. Like if you've seen the Tim Burton movie, Beetlejuice and all that shit like that, it makes sense. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so that's what's going with it. Who else we got? Now I may lose you in a second, Eli. I may lose you in a second with where I'm going next with this. Another Penguin portrayal I got to put on there was this guy. I
I
forgot
watch.
his name.
I did watch some Gotham for a while.
I liked his portrayal as Penguin
Yeah, he's
to a
like
point.
he
To a
was like a
point.
psycho, psycho serial killer. But yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was on that show.
Yeah, everybody was psycho, and I like that show to a point. I think the show kind of lost its plot, like towards the end. I was like, okay, you're getting a little too crazy here. But like the beginning of the show, and you know what? That show almost had kind of like the same plot as the Penguin show now.
Yeah,
Low
pretty
level
much.
goon working his way up to the top of the crime boss. It's damn near the same thing.
Yeah.
So nothing new under the sun. Another one of my favorite portrayals, not live action, but I got to put this on there. Arkham City.
Oh yeah.
I got to put it on there because this was like an amalgamation of every version of Penguin we ever seen. Danny DeVito, Burgess Meredith, all this shit like that. Like he doesn't have a monocle. He actually had a bottle shoved in his eye. Like that's the whole point of this. And he's got other weird shit going on too.
And he's British,
No, he's not. That's the thing.
or
He's from
whatever.
Gotham. He just
But he
he
had a
just
British accent though. He had like a
it's a
Cockney.
fake British accent. If you like read the quotes and shit like that, it's a fake because his family was like disgraced in Gotham City. So he just pretends to throw on it. But he's born and bred in Gotham. So like
So he was like,
he's never
"Hello,
been to
governor." Yeah, he was
right. He's never been to England. That's the thing. It's just a fake accent. They throw
sweep
all
it
this shit
chimney.
in.
I will.
Right. And he's got like a
Hip hip
cockney accent, stuff
cheerio.
like that. So I think that adds a little like he's pretending to be something he's not. Like
Batman, you fucking cunt.
and that's the thing. That's why I say he has potential. Like, because remember we always talk like the best Batman villains always seem like they're the mirror reflection of Batman.
Yes.
The same thing with Penguin. Like Penguin is pretending to be in upper society, but he really has too many ties in the underworld. Same as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Well, I think Batman, on this show. I think on the show, and I think a lot, and there's like some of the comics, more recent comics too. Penguin is the reflection of Batman's will and his like perseverance to rise above. You know, because Penguin's always underestimated. He's always like, you know, people treat him as an underling, and you know,
even Batman underestimated.
Yeah. He comes off as, I mean, he's this disabled character. He's born with disabilities. He's been bullied and abused, you know, and then he just rises above to the challenge and becomes this kingpin, you know, and that's a reflection of Batman's will to become more, you know, than what he was, you know. And I think that, but all the Batman villains, you know, Joker is the opposite, the anarchy to Batman's order. You know, the Riddler is a reflection of his intellect. You know, Catwoman is a reflection of his classism. You know, she's the opposite of the class. He's rich, she's not. She comes from the streets. You know, Two-Face is a reflection of his psyche. You know, his
like
split
what
personality.
Justice too far than what it needs to be here.
Yeah,
and the duality of it also.
Yeah, the split personality, a reflection. Harvey, Frank Miller said it best. What do you see? A reflection, Harvey. That's all I see. You know. So yeah, and then Penguin is like is a comment or just a reflection of Batman's will. His desire to rise above and become more than what people perceive him to be. You know. So, and I think that's what's going on in this show. Because Oh, okay.
Oh, no problem. I'm trying to think where we are. I think that's where, and I don't know. I don't even know what this next one is. I know what the next one is. Okay, we ran through all the Penguin variations of it, and I like to think that it, like with Batman, it's so loose with canon and lore. You can kind of play around with your character. Like all these characters, like City Putties, we've seen different versions of Joker, but they're always still Joker. Different or Batman, always different. The same Batman. Same thing with Penguin. Different version of Penguin. It's all Penguin. It's always got that through line through there. What we got here? I'm gonna answer a few more. We're gonna get to it.
We ain't talking about Diddy.
We ain't talking about why the fuck everybody talking about Diddy, man? I don't even have Diddy on the thumbnail. I don't know how people do it. What the fuck is all this Diddy shit, man?
I think because your baby oil.
Oh, that's okay. Honestly, I forgot I did that. I did that like on Tuesday. And just flip it there. Oh, that's what it is. Thank you, Eli. Okay. Anyway,
one comment on the Diddy situation. I saw a meme with Suge Knight, where Suge Knight's saying, "If you don't want the producer all in baby oil in the video," and I laughed my ass off. And that's all we got to say about Diddy.
And he's also in jail, so I'm pretty sure he's waiting for Diddy when he gets there. So yeah. What else we got here? Okay, I'm not gonna change it, Eli. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna keep
it's on the internet. Of course, it's real.
Yeah. Anyway, what we talking about? Back to
Penguin.
Anyway, okay. Give it to me, Eli. What do you think about this first episode? Because I hadn't got your opinion or anything about it. Just let me know what you thought about this first episode of Penguin.
I quite enjoyed it. I know the movie was very divisive, but I really loved the new Batman movie, the Robert Pattinson Batman movie, Matt Reeves. I loved that movie. I loved, Colin Farrell's portrayal as Penguin in that movie. And so I was very much excited about this show. And I watched this show, and like I said, I really enjoyed it. It pretty much, was everything I was looking for. I know it's basically a crime story. It's about, it seems it's going to be the Penguin's rise to power and becoming like, a mob boss, the boss of Gotham, the crime boss of Gotham.
We know he might be bigger than that. He might become mayor because that was in Batman Returns.
Yeah, it was in Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, even though it's full of all these Hollywood gangster movie cliches, I still thought it was done very well, and it was fun to watch, Yeah, I mean, I mean, I really got nothing negative to say other than I thought the ending wrapped up pretty quickly, as far as like he was being tortured, he's butt naked being tortured. And then 5 minutes later, he's drinking a slushie with the kid.
Right.
So I thought
Like
that
nothing
okay,
happened. Yeah.
okay, that how did that scene go? Oh, sorry, Oz, we didn't mean to do that. Like,
Yeah, you free to go.
you're free to go, man. Go get yourself a slushie. Like, I thought that was a little jarring, totally.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I thought it, we're getting to see, how he was an underling. He was he was like just a soldier in the Falcone crime family. People he didn't really, he was just he took orders and he didn't really make waves. He wasn't a threat as far as like to the crime family. And I think now he's using that to his advantage, and as like I said, back to like a reflection of Batman, how Batman works in the shadows and uses darkness as an ally. I think that's what Penguin's doing. He's using the fact that everybody doesn't, give him his props and that people don't think of him as a threat, underestimate him.
If
He's
you think
using
about
that.
if you think about this, that's what he was doing in the Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, like if on the outside Aspect Lounge, it looked like it was legitimate business.
Yeah.
But he had all this seedy shit going on like that. So it's like the same, like he's hiding in plain sight the same way.
Yeah. But
so that's what he does.
Yeah, like Batman, he's plotting behind the scenes,
Right.
and he's using the fact that everybody underestimates him to that advantage, So I really dug on that. It was like I like it that it's R-rated. I like that they're swearing. I like that the violence is like when Sophia shot that kid, I was generally shocked. Right. That reminded me of the Goodfella and like Spider getting shot in the Goodfellas. Like, holy shit, she just like shot that kid. Like, holy fuck, and it's got that dark humor that you see in like Scorsese gangster movies, especially when he kills Albert in the beginning, He kills him.
Let's talk about Alberto.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a comic podcast. We're going to dig in a little bit deeper to comics. So, first guy he killed, if you haven't seen the show, sorry, spoiler, but the first guy he killed was Alberto Falcone. But he is a comic character because Falcone does have kids in the comics. He was the holiday killer in The Long Halloween.
He was.
Yeah, so that's one of them. And let's talk about his other kid also. Like we said, we talk about Alberto Falcone. Talk about Sophia Falcone. Who was also in the comics about Long Halloween, but she was a lot different.
Yeah.
In the cartoon. So that's what Hollywood does. We got to get the daintiest chick to play this big brawler chick right here. Eli, you know who this chick is, right?
She looks familiar, but I can't place it.
So she is the mother from How I Met Your Mother.
I never watched that show.
I know it's too white for you. I know. It's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Hold on, let's see what. Oh, Frankie, thank you. Save us, Frankie.
Frankie's in the house.
Don't say no crazy shit, Frankie. Okay, I like Penguin Soprano. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that comment.
Yeah,
we get some crazy comments there, especially this guy. We'll just post this one. I can't find a comment. Yeah, here we go.
Holy shit! Yeah, they're coming in hot. Damn,
they're coming in hot. Yeah, this guy. Funny ass comment. I don't know what's got to do with anything, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. But yeah, that's the mother from How I Met Your Mother. So the fact that she was in a comedy series playing this psycho killer, I'm like, okay. I didn't see that anywhere, but let's keep going down the road. We got Boss Maroni. He shows up in there. Now, also a comic character. For those that don't know who Boss Maroni is, you know who he is because he was in The Dark Knight Returns. I mean, I'm sorry, The Dark Knight. That was Boss Maroni in that one also. The guy that threw the acid in Two-Face's face. Who wants to? What makes you think I want to hear you talk?
Yeah.
That guy.
A fall from this height ain't gonna kill me.
I'm counting on it. That's my Batman voice.
I actually watched The Dark Knight like for Batman Day. I did celebrate some Batman shit and watch The Dark Knight. I hadn't watched it in a while, but there was one scene that I really laughed my ass off that I never found that funny before. It's when the Joker first comes in and everyone's got that sit down, the mob bosses, and Joker makes his, kill the Batman, blah, 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 blah. And he pulls out the grenades and I forget Michael Jai White's character is like, you think you could just come in here and get away with steal our money
And
and get
steal
away
from
with it?
us?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he just goes, yeah. And I just thought his little subtle, yeah. I just thought that's hilarious. And I just busted out laughing for some reason. This time watching it, I just busted out laughing. I don't know
It's the
why.
little things. It's the little
Yeah, like yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, hold on. Who we got here? I think this he's been here before.
DC rule the animated
Detroit
universe.
animated universe. Not lately. Have you seen they latest shit? It's kind of that crisis bullshit.
I didn't watch the
That's just
Crisis.
me. You lucky. Okay.
I think I was watching the Superman, My Life with Superman, or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah. Okay. And Kite Man. Okay, I give him.
Oh yeah,
okay,
Kite Man. We never talked about Kite Man.
We will. But hell yeah.
Yeah, the Harley show. That
Yeah.
Super
Okay.
Sons. I remember the Super Sons movie was pretty cool.
Yeah, so they still got every now and then. They got some stuff. Okay, but yeah, anything else you got to add about the Penguin show?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I really enjoyed it. I'm can't wait for episode 2. I got a new show now.
Okay, hey, that's a good thing. Okay, so what do I think about the Penguin show? Yes, here's the thing. Even though I put on there is Batman plus Sopranos, I've never seen the Sopranos show. I'm sorry, I just never did. But this show is what I think a Sopranos show would be, if that makes any sense. Like in my mind, what I think a Sopranos show would be, I think that it would be this. Because
yeah,
they got Colin Farrell in a fat suit looking like Tony Soprano. So I'm pretty sure it's that. He loves his mom. Did Sopranos have a mom? I mean, Tony Soprano have a mom?
Yeah, they did actually.
Okay, they got a mom. Yeah, he's trying to work his way up also. I guess. I don't know. I don't know the whole. I imagine he did that.
Well, Tony was kind of the boss.
So he was already the boss. He didn't work his way up, anything like that.
No.
Okay.
It was more about him going to therapy. And Sopranos was touched on the psychology because he was going to a therapist and him working through his emotions and shit. But that's kind of what happened in this.
Yeah. He's talking out through the guy. I mean, through the kid sidekick.
Yeah. And I enjoyed that. I thought that was it was almost like a darker reflection of how Batman found Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you fucked my head up right then. Okay. let me process that. But yeah, you're right. That is
like a twisted way of a spin, a twisted spin on the Robin myth.
And plus I seen like behind the scenes, like basically, okay, so we know you just said Penguin has a disability. Well, that kid stutters also. So they're saying when Penguin saw that, he kind of related to him, like, okay, it's us against work. Nobody gives a fuck about us.
Yeah, because he's got a disability, so he kind of related to the kid.
Yeah, because he knows nobody looking at him. Also, Sopranos is the best show ever made. Every show is the best show ever made. Game of Thrones is the best show ever made. Snowfall is the best show ever made. The Wire is the best show. Breaking Bad is yes. Every show is the best show ever made. I've never seen any of them. I'm sorry.
Big Bang Theory, best show ever made.
Right. Sorry, never seen any of them. I watch How I Met Your Mother, and that's it. I don't watch anything else. So best show ever. But anyway, but yeah, another thing I want to say, like I said, this is what I imagine the show will be. I do like the crime element drama. I like to see the episode of. Here's the thing: people are debating on whether or not Batman or Robert Pattinson or Bruce Wayne going to show up. I do not want him in this show at all. I don't want Batman in this show. Batman is going to kind of fuck up the vibe of the show. Give me crime level street shit in Gotham.
Yeah.
Give me that. And dig into the comic book lore if you can. Like that. If there's one thing I am upset about, Eli, is that these Matt Reeves Batman shows, they're getting so realistic that I feel like they want to take all the flavor out of Batman, like the Batman lore. Like
I know what you're talking. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
For instance, like Penguin's real name is Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah.
But not on this show. It's Oswald Cobb or Ozzy Cobb or something like that. Yeah. They changed it because they said it was too ridiculous for the comic book. It's a fucking comic book. Let it be wacky. Let it be weird. Give him a weird ass name. Embrace some of this shit. For instance, okay. So we got Penguin. Of course, he's going to be a crime boss and rise with the ranks and shit like that. But why can't we see him rise to be Penguin? Why can't we get some Penguin shit? What you know? What, are we gonna see
You
where he
want
gets
you
shot
want the
at?
helicopter umbrella?
I want the helicopter. I want the semi-automatic shaped like an umbrella. I want the crazy ass birds. I want Solomon Grundy as a pet in his basement. Like, show me how he got all that shit.
You want the penguins running through the street with missiles and shit?
Yes, I want all that shit. I want to see how he worked his way up to that shit, but we're not gonna get that. I get that. And I understand there's an extreme. You can't go one extreme and then you can't go too wacky and comic books like that. But I'd like a medium. I'd like a medium
Yeah, and that's
somewhere.
the
Give me
thing.
a
It's like
little bit, you know.
I get what you're saying, and yeah, there's like if Batman showed up, it would just really wreck the vibe of this gritty street level, story. It's a crime story. It's Scarface. It's New Jack City. It's every
Right.
mob boss rising to power story, that we've seen before. But I think like that's that. But this take on the Penguin, where he is just a crime boss, he's not, because he's always been treated as like this circus freak.
Right.
Like in Tim Burton's movie, he's like this.
He literally is a circus freak.
Yeah, circus freak. He's the ringleader of this sideshow freak show.
You ever see how dark that movie is at the beginning of it, man? His
Oh
parents
yeah,
pulled
yeah,
in the
yeah.
rebels.
It's yeah, man. You can't have any lights on because you can't see the shit.
No, I meant like tone wise, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. They throw that baby in a river and shit.
Right, because they see he's deformed, like, let's just get the fuck out of
The
here.
baby eats a cat and shit. He eats a cat.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
Really
always
fucked up
treated.
movie, man, but yeah.
But that's the thing. He's always treated like this freak, like this sideshow freak, and like even on the cartoons, like on the animated series, he's like Quasimodo. He's not even respected by his peers. It's like none of the other supervillains kind of respect him. They don't give him that kind of respect. So I think they're taking that element of, yes, they're being underestimated, but this time he's not a freak. He's just a guy with disabilities, with a disabled guy who rises through the ranks, and now he's going to use people's dismissal of him to pull a fast one. And that's interesting. I find that interesting. Like he's not a freak. He's not. Yeah, he's not this sideshow. Monster.
Right. And I do like the fact that there's only one person that doesn't take him, lightly, and it's Sophia.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she like, no, I know, but that's the thing. She's on his ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Just realize more shit going on because everybody else is not paying attention to him. So yeah, that's how he could just slip out just because. So I he was going to be a freak when Pee Wee Herman was his other father.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman played his father on Gotham. They did that.
Oh, really?
Shit. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. He showed up on Gotham also. They all need to for a connection moment. So yeah, like I said, I'm digging the show so far. I know it's this gritty crime drama. I'm liking the gritty crime drama. I'm liking the characters show up. Sophia, not Capone, Falcone is killing it right now. Colin Farrell was killing. He was killing. He was seen still in the Batman. So
yeah,
giving him a whole show. I'm loving it on this.
Yeah. I mean, he's totally disappeared, like literally disappeared.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. I mean, they could have got any old dude. You're whatever, your stereotype, like John Turturro playing Falcone in the Batman.
Right.
That was cool. I mean, it gave us sort of legitimacy to that role, but this, they could have gotten anybody to just, okay, you're going to play the Penguin and blah, blah. No, the fact that they got,
it's wacky,
Yeah, they got this Irish guy with a thick Irish accent and put him in a fat suit and did all this makeup and just made this totally new character.
Yeah.
Like you can't take your eyes off him. He's just fun to watch, So yeah, that's cool. I that's what I like about it. Like I said, even though it's full of all these cliches and it's full of these same stories that we've seen before, we've seen these stories. We've seen the mob boss rise and fall, and King of New York and New Jack City and all that shit. We've seen these stories with Scarface. We've seen that before, but the way it's being done, I feel it's even though we've seen it before, it's being done well. They're doing it very well. And the fact that it just takes place in the Batman universe gives it a new kind of ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, right after the movie. So you kind of like, okay, where are we now with the movie? Where we with this universe. So I'm cool with that.
Dealing with the aftermath of the Riddler, like when he's on the train and that Riddler bro comes up, he's like, fuck out of here.
But people are
So,
catching on now. They're catching on that this is too similar to The Sopranos. Matter of fact, I think The Sopranos Facebook page even like tweeted some shit about Penguin, like to boost it up. But people haven't been paying attention. That's what DC has been doing lately. Yes, this show is just like Sopranos, just like The Batman was Seven. They
yeah,
were the same movie,
Seven,
just like
Zodiac, a David Fincher movie. Yeah,
David Fincher
serial
movie,
killer.
just like Joker was Taxi Driver
Yeah,
and King of Comedy. Also,
and
they
King of
made
Comedy. Yeah,
like both of them combined together. So that's what they're doing. They're taking classic stuff they already had because they're all owned by Warner Brothers, and they're just slapping a superhero cape on it.
yeah,
Is that wrong? Is that bad? Hey, they make a lot of money doing it. Honestly, I was surprised they hadn't done it earlier. you know. So yeah, take your old movies, slap a superhero cape on it, and just keep going from there. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it also well, I feel at least the Batman movie it grounded the Batman movie in sort of like a real like a real world reality without sacrificing that mythological fantasy realm that Gotham is. Like yes, like I always like Gotham as this like urban fantasy realm that exists in its own universe,
Right.
but with that movie, where Nolan was so grounded in reality,
Right.
like that was the
Everything
real
was
world.
Nolanized, and yeah.
Yeah, like this looked like an otherworldly realm,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And
yeah,
like I said, I've talked about what I think about the Batman movie. I like the Batman movie, but at the same time, I do kind of want some more fantastical shit. Like to talk about crazy ass penguin with the umbrella shit like that. Now, Matt Reeves said he wants to ground Batman as much as possible. So the more fantastical villains aren't going to be in these movies. But sometimes you just want to see Batman beat up a clay monster.
yeah.
Sometimes you want to see him beat up an albino with a freeze gun, you know, or a ninja with that turns to a human bat sent to him by his crazy ass baby mama. Sometimes I want to see that shit.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
bit of
that's
realism, but
that's where that's how are they going to do that? Because I feel like when you get to the Dark Knight Rises, like the last Nolan movie with Bane,
Mhm.
that's where okay, now they dip their toes into fantastical shit, and that's
Right.
where like okay, this is too wild for this universe.
Right. He's blowing up cities and shit, and
Yeah, he gets out of the pit and somehow travels across the planet.
after
You
a
know,
broken bat for 5
after a
months.
broken, yeah, and then has to save the city from a nuclear explosion, and all of a sudden, all this wacky comic book elements dropped into the Nolan universe, and
They're
it
just
just like
fighting in the middle of the
totally,
street and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally, it didn't fit. you know,
That's true. Yeah.
yeah,
So I see what you're saying. If you go that route, basically, if you go that route, you can't back away. You can't
and
come
that's
back away.
like that's
Yeah.
what is like. We enjoyed the take on the Penguin in Matt Reeves movies. We enjoyed the Riddler's take. We enjoyed Catwoman. Like
Mhm.
we enjoyed all those takes. Now, or even the Joker? I mean, he was barely in it, but what is Matt Reeves' take on like Mr. Freeze?
Right.
Or Man Bat, or
or Scarface or an
yeah,
ventriloquist.
yeah. What would that look like? And
Yes.
so how would they ground that in some sort of reality?
That's a good question. So, like I said, we're gonna come back. We're gonna keep up with the series and see where it goes because I think some more stuff gonna come down the road. Like I said, Penguin got a lot of pots in the pans going on right now. So we're gonna go there. Okay, move
Yeah.
on next for the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know you're about to zone out, but I'm gonna just briefly touch about it. Another show also came out this week.
Oh, sorry, I missed this one.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I know you about to zone out right now. I know everybody about to zone out right now. All of our
I was
listeners about to
like,
go to sleep right
oh
now.
sweet, the Penguin's on this tonight, and then I saw, oh yeah, that other show. Like, but the Penguin's on tonight.
But the Penguin's on tonight. And the thing is, like I said, Agatha All Along. I'm just gonna just briefly just hit the high points and just move on from there. 2 episodes dropped on Disney Plus, and I watched it. Now, like I said, I'm one of the biggest Marvel fans you can find. And even I am trying to justify why does this show exist? That's what I'm saying. Like, why do we need more Agatha adventures, like that? But the thing is, it's here. We have it. Watch it. What do you think about it? So is it like must watch something like that? Nah, I'm basically just watching it as it's something on TV. Let's just see where it goes. Also, I'm like this. Okay, I remember WandaVision. Agatha was on WandaVision. Catherine Hahn is a great actor. I've seen Catherine Hahn like a bunch of stuff, not just Disney shit, but she's been in a bunch of stuff. She's a good actor. She's a great actor. Give
Step
her something
Brothers,
to
man.
do.
Come on.
Step Brothers. She was in a lot of shit. That used car movie with that dude, Jeremy Pitt. I don't know if you remember that one. She was
I don't
funny as hell
remember.
in that movie. But yeah. But the thing is, if you got Catherine Hahn on payroll, give her something to do. That's all. She give her something to do. So give her something to do. She's funny as Agatha. She's funny in this one. And the thing about this show is that she's not pretending. Like half of WandaVision, she was pretending to be Agnes, so she was pretending to be somebody else. This one, she just starts off as Agatha, as asshole Agatha. So I'm like, okay, she's just letting it go on this one. So I'm pretty cool with that one. So she's giving us from the jump. She's funny in this show. A bunch of these jokes they say over here, I'm like, can you get away with that? Can you say Kegel on a Disney Plus show? And apparently Jade Egg is something, Eli, that I'm not familiar with. So I need to Google that or ask one of the female listeners that we have on the show. Please tell me what a Jade Egg is. So, because apparently that's the thing, you know. Now just give you some Marvel quick lore. They are giving you some Marvel lore in it. So like you see the dude in the back. That's like her sidekick on the show, or whatever like that. And we don't know who he is, or we're not supposed to know who he is, but we know who he is.
Mephisto?
They don't. You said Cisco. What?
Mephisto.
Oh, Mephisto. No, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to Mephisto watch. No, not Mephisto. I'm thinking it's Wiccan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wanda's kid, and like I said, we've seen Wiccan because on WandaVision, Billy dressed up as Wiccan like for Halloween on the show. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. We're going there. I'd be surprised if he didn't. Matter of fact, yeah, we're gonna go past that. Another thing, fan theory that's going on right now. Bloop. What's the chick name? Aubrey Plaza.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Is that her?
yeah, Aubrey Plaza. Okay, so she's on the show. She's fun. She's fun too. Like I said, you got Catherine Hahn on the show, doing all kind of crazy shit. She shows up doing all kind of crazy shit. They're fun together to watch on screen. They're hinting at who she might be on the show, and this is just my theory. I'm throwing it out there. I think she's Blackheart,
Really?
the son of Mephisto,
Really?
or daughter of Mephisto. If you
Oh,
will.
is that woke?
Maybe, I guess. It's like it can be Blackheart can be anything. It doesn't matter. It's
Sure, I guess.
yeah,
Like Silver
whatever.
Surfer. Like Silver
Does that
Surfer.
look like a dude? Does it look like a dude? I mean, you're just saying. But they've always called Blackheart son of Mephisto. So you want to say daughter of Mephisto, whatever. For those who don't know, Blackheart was in Marvel vs. Capcom. Also, he was the main villain of that Nick Cage Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever saw that. So yeah. That's all I got. But as far as this show, here's the thing. Going into this show is exactly what you expect it to be going in watching the show. If you don't watch the show, for whatever reason you don't want to watch the show, it's exactly what you think it's going to be. If you want to watch the show, it's exactly what you think it's going to be. So you're not going to be surprised. It's that. It exists. It is a thing.
So if you want to like the show, you will. And if you don't
Yeah.
want to like the show, you won't.
That is the best. Yes, that is the best thing I can say. You summed up my review for me, Eli. Thank you.
Yeah.
And remember when I was saying about all the the grifters, the YouTube grifters like that, like they were gonna latch onto this show for one thing they did. They're already making the videos. They're already on it.
Well, yeah, it's got women in it, so of course they're like, oh my god, cooties. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and the dude in the back is gay, whatever like that. So they tripping about
Oh
that shit
shit.
too. Yeah. He's gay in the comics. Read a fucking comic.
Yeah, didn't he get married to
Hulkling, yeah.
Hulkling, yeah.
Yeah. Who's not a Hulk. So I think they need to change his name because he has nothing to do with Hulk. So yeah. Did he deep fried in baby? What? I don't know why I laughed at that. That's funny. Yeah, so that's all I want to say about
Well,
that.
I saw the trailer
Yeah.
to Agatha All Along like when it first dropped, and I'm like, yeah, that's got nothing for me.
Yeah, now like I said, this show is about witches because, like I said, WandaVision, Wanda's not really a witch per se. So since Agatha is a witch, this is about witches. They're like the witch side of the Marvel universe. But it's more, if you expect some scary shit, Eli, this is more hocus pocus than anything else.
That's what it looked like. Like I had no interest in it, and like I said, I saw it on, and I'm like, should I give it a whirl? Should I watch it? And then I thought, man, am I going to just watch something that I know I'm not going to like, and just to bitch about it?
Right.
I'm like, no, I don't want to be, like you said, those guys that are
Right.
hate watching something just so they could bitch about it, just so they can cash in on the
Right.
outrage, on the backlash, and all
So
that
you can
bullshit.
just rage
Yeah,
about pronouns and shit. Yeah.
yeah, I don't give a shit, and I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't interest me. It just
Yeah.
doesn't,
That's why I'm going
yeah,
to be like, oh, Eli, you gotta watch it. Like, no, it's not. You probably
yeah,
would watch
it's
it,
just,
probably still hate it. So yeah.
yeah, it's just not my thing, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force myself to watch it just so I can complain about it because I
Right.
got better shit to do with my time, man.
And you know what? And all you grifters out there, you should take Eli's advice. Now, if you
Yeah,
want to
man.
make the first 2 episodes and want to rage and shit on it and throw chairs over the shit for the first 2 episodes, okay, fine, do that.
Yeah.
You better not be doing that shit by episode 6 and 7 and 8. You should have stopped watching the show by then. There was no reason for
Now,
you to be raging and getting pissed off on a show that you shouldn't even be watching.
now I haven't checked the chatter, but is there
Oh,
anybody
it's
bitching about like woke shit on Penguin?
no, and that's my thing. Okay, then you bring up a good point, Eli. Everybody's loving Penguin. Everybody's loving Penguin. Even people that didn't like the Batman movie are loving the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a bunch of videos about Penguin, and you got a bunch of videos. Matter of fact, wasn't there like a naked transvestite in the Penguin show?
Yeah,
Nobody said anything about that. That
I
was just
forgot about that.
just breeze
Yeah, those
past that shit. But
yeah
yeah,
those prostitutes those
yeah.
walk by.
Just nobody said anything about that. Just move out. Just whatever. Penguin was fine, like that. But Agatha, and there were no naked transvestites. Agatha yet. I don't know where the show's going. But yeah.
But
But my thing is,
just think about how woke the Penguin is. You have a disabled character, main character,
right.
like one of the most marginalized, dismissed demographics in society, the disabled community.
Right. But you're not getting that from him. No. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. They'd rather rage about a bad show than talk about a good show. That should
yeah,
let you know right there they're grifted.
yeah. And of course, I thought, oh well, if they're bitching about women, are they going to bitch about Sophia, even though she's a comic book character and blah 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 blah
Well, I
blah?
think they would bitch about Sophia if they did like a bait and switch. Like I hate to bring up Star Wars, but The Mandalorian season 3, you know,
Season
where where the
that
Mandalorian took
whole
a back seat and what's her face?
oh, she was
Yeah.
like OP and like
Yeah, OP and just kind of just took over the show.
even though she is a serial killer in the comics and like a big giant like basically She-Hulk kind.
Yeah, but now she's like dainty and shit now. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm
That
pretty
was
sure they
her.
will rage down the road.
And of
They're gonna
course,
get there.
the black kid sidekick, which is one of the most stereotypical Hollywood cliches, the black sidekick ever.
Right.
Like
They didn't say anything
yeah,
about that. So yeah.
no, well, good, well, cool. Well, hopefully, they're learning.
They're too focused on one thing. Like, stop trying to grip. Just tell the show how it is. Like, just say what you think about it. Stop looking for an angle. Just
Yeah,
just review the show. That's it. So
yeah.
yeah.
And if you don't want,
Because
to watch them, you don't have to watch a She-Ra cartoon.
right, because that's what I'm saying, Eli. I'm seeing more Agatha reviews out there on the
Yeah,
internet than I'm seeing Penguin reviews. That's
you
what I'm saying.
don't have to watch the new Little Mermaid if you don't want
You don't have to watch Snow White when it comes out. I know you guys are
to.
filming right now at the
Yeah,
we don't need
you
40-year-olds reviewing Snow
if you
White.
couldn't make it past the first episode of Acolyte, stop.
You don't have to review the whole show every second of it. We don't need
Yeah,
breakdowns of you. Should have not Lady Gaga in the Joker. You don't have to watch the new Joker movie with Lady Gaga in it. It's a musical. They're telling you up front what it is. So if you
yeah,
go see
man.
it, that's on
Megan
you.
Thee Stallion should have played Harley.
Right.
Then I'd go see that shit.
Woke. That would have been woke. Yeah. Harley Quinn twerking on Joker. So
Oh
yeah.
hell yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I got. We'll move on next podcast.
That's a whole nother movie, man.
That's a whole other movie. Oh man, I downloaded the wrong Joker movie. Or was it the right one?
Sounds
right.
awesome.
All right, let's move to the next part of the podcast. Okay, like I said, Eli, we're gonna move to the video game section. This thing. Now, I told you last week I was gonna do like this whole Street Fighter binge marathon and shit like that. And I started. I was doing it until I did a match so insane I had to stop it. And just
Uh-oh.
I can't top this. Let me just go for this. Let me see. You're right, real bad. No, I mean, like I said, watch what you want to watch. Spend your money however you want. Spend like. But I'm just saying, if you go see a musical with Lady Gaga and complain about it, that's your fault. That's on you.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know what you're expecting when you go see that, but yeah. All right, yeah. So, like I said, Eli, I'm gonna just do this little clip right quick, and then we're gonna move on past that because I was like, okay, this is kind of the same clip, but here we go. That's all I got.
You're Ryu again. So you're playing. Oh, that's right. Are you retiring Ryu now?
I can't. I've just tapped in, Eli. I just tapped in.
You
to
just
another
got the
level.
glow. Leroy got the glow.
Leroy got the glow, so I can't give him up now.
You are the last dragon. Dun, dun, dun.
But you got the glue. Anyway, can we go to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, this is Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about comic books, and we're gonna jump into it. And hold on, what we got here? Who we got? I'm gonna save you. I only have one bottle.
They're still coming in hot with the Diddy.
You got to step your game up. Those are rookie numbers now. This is 2024. One bottle of baby oil. What are you doing? What kind of orgy you throwing over there?
Yeah. Water is glistening all over your body.
All over your body.
But you should go down to the creek.
All right, Eli, who gonna go first? You go first. I'm gonna go first.
Well, all I got is indie books this week, so
that is cool. Let's ride with that because I've been going first, so we'll let you go first. So.
All right, I'll do Destro number 4.
And technically, I'm not gonna count Destro as an indie book. They doing the numbers are too big to be. You're reading This is mainstream, Eli.
Well, is it the big 3 now?
Well, it's the big 2 because Image is beating DC. So you are part of the establishment now, Eli. You are no longer underground like you thought you were.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I mean, G.I. Joe did start out on Marvel, so
they did.
Okay. So this is
the comic started first, and then that toy line came after that, based on the comic. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Shout out to Larry Hamill.
There you go.
I know I do the knowledge. Yeah. All right. So, all right, it's on you. Are you there? Did he dip? Did he leave?
Energon universe. This is what?
You had went out for a second, but you're back now. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, this is the Energon universe in Image. It's G.I. Joe and Transformers crossing over into their different books. You know, we have the main Transformer book, which is awesome. We've had the Duke book. We've had Scarlet. We've had Cobra Commander. Now we have Destro. And this book is basically building up towards, I think, is it next month or is it December? We're going to finally have
G.I. Joe book.
Finally have Image's G.I. Joe book. So this is all like basically G.I. Joe year 1, I would think, kind of a prequel of how they're building it up. So anyways,
how they set that up though, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Destro and Tomax and Zaymot, if everyone remembers. Now this is deep cut G.I. Joe shit, So you G.I. Joe geeks, you get wet your beak on this shit. You're getting wet. So Tomax and Zaymot, those twins that are in charge of that, they're one weapons manufacturing company. They've been at war with Destro's Mars Industries. Destro is a weapons dealer. He's a war merchant. He's a warmonger. He sells weapons. So they've been warring with each other. Tomax and Zaymot are trying to take over Mars Industries. They sent in Chameleon to sort of, to Destro's secret lair in the mountains that's supposed to be like, no one's supposed to know about, to basically kill him. That didn't happen. So we lead to this issue, and they find out that the Bat Troopers, those robot androids, the bats, battle android troopers, they're not working as well. And of course, Destro hasn't told anybody about the Energon that he's found from the Transformers to power these robots. So they're still trying to take over his thing. Destro finds Chameleon like at a club and basically confronts her, and is basically like, why are you trying to get rid of me? You can't, my clan has been around for thousands of years or whatever. We've done this. There's no way. But then she says, well, Project Overkill. Now again, deep cut GI Joe shit. Overkill is like that robot. He's almost like Cobra's Brainiac, you know.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, we have Overkill, and we need to join forces to either we need to join it or we need to, take him out, So, and she's like, well, where's this Overkill now? Oh, he's watching us, and it turns out they got Overkill is a satellite in the sky, in orbit watching them. Then we cut to Tomax and Zaymot, above, they're meeting at the end. They're meeting with Cobra Commander, and they're like, "Oh, Cobra Commander, we look forward to working with you." So Cobra Commander finally shows up, and like I said, this is leading Cobra, the forming of GI Joe, and and if anyone ever wondered. Did you ever you watch James Bond movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The supervillains?
Yeah.
The supervillains like in James Bond movies, or like Cobra Commander. You ever wonder where the fuck do they get the money to do all this shit?
I do. Yeah, the money, the manpower, all the stuff like that. So, yep. You there? Think you go that again.
These book like Cobra Commander, especially Destro, the Destro book is fleshing out how. Am I there? Did I cut out?
No. You're there. You're there.
Okay. Yeah. This Destro series is really fleshing out how, war equals money, and as far as like the military industrial complex and how it basically runs the world, and maybe be a comment on our country and our forever war that we're always in, because certain companies sell certain weapons that must keep our military working all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like that. I think that's an interesting little idea. Destro is this warmonger. He is just like Tony Stark. He manufactured weapons, and he made money basically off of war. So I think that's interesting. So yeah, so it fleshes out where does Cobra Commander get all the resources and money to come up with all these gadgets and secret lairs to take over the world? His search for global domination. Well, this series sort of touches upon that. So yeah, this is another fun series. This is 4 out of 5. I'm still digging this, and I can't wait for that GI Joe book to drop. So there's only one more book, and there's only one more, and then I think the Destro or the GI Joe book starts. So
nice. They've already got the pieces in place. So
yeah.
So we can go from there. This is an interesting comment that they just gave us. Okay, I am an ashy Caucasian, so I got shea butter in stock. Now I've always wondered this, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm saying this anyway. Do white people get ashy?
Yeah, they itch. They don't like. It's called getting dry skin and chapped and shit.
But do they visibly get ashy? That's the thing. Like, can you see it from a distance? Or is it something they just deal with? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. Okay. No, they don't.
I maybe not as much.
Okay. Okay. Maybe no. I was just wondering that. I've always wondered that. I was just like, because like when it gets cold, we like the falls come around like that. I got it ready because my elbows are gonna be exposed. That's the first thing you're gonna see. So
like maybe that, yeah, when they start scabbing or something. I'm
just saying. Cause like Ashley Larry on Dave Chappelle, that's a real thing.
I have Black relatives, and I'm familiar.
Yeah, so I got when first thing, elbows, get the elbows ready. Make sure they're ready. So I need to know, white people, do you need to get your elbows ready in the fall?
I think it was Bill Burr. Bill Burr had a stand-up routine about how, he didn't think white people got ashy until he's like, damn, it's itchy. He never put lotion on or whatever. And his wife, I guess he's got a black wife. Like his wife is black, and she
I think it was
finally
actually
gave him
like,
lotion and shit.
yeah. Baby Fat Ted, we have skin problems, I guess. I don't know. Also, well, I ain't gonna talk about that. Maybe next episode. What do we got here? Like shows every blemish. So yeah. So stay lotioned up. Everybody stay lotioned up. Get your shea butter, get your baby oil. One bottle. One bottle's all you
Lube it
need.
up.
Lube it up. That's all
Yeah,
you need.
we don't mean baby oil. That
Right. Because everybody's on watch now. If you leave out the store more than 2 bottles of baby oil, the FBI putting you on a watch list. So
yeah, that shit's too greasy anyway.
right. It's OB now. Okay, what am I gonna do first? What am I gonna do? Let me do this one. Okay. Boop. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I was not prepared. My fingers are slipping because all the baby oil. Okay. All right. All right. So the first book I'm going to do is Avengers number 18. I have not been keeping up with this book, but I feel like I'm obligated to keep with this book now because Storm is now a member, even though she's been a member before, but they're making a big deal now because reasons. So on the cover, you have Hyperion. For those who know who Hyperion is, he basically Marvel's version of Superman. It's pretty much beat the shit out of all the Avengers, except Storm is the only one standing in the background. Now, I'm going to let you know up front, this fight never happens. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bait
and switch. That's how they get you. Anyway, moving on to the story. Let's go. All right. Book starts off. Oh, and the X-Men sort of kind of show up. Yeah. All right. So the book starts off with Hyperion flying through space. And he's right past Pluto. And the Avengers can see him flying through Pluto. But he's moving at light speed right now from Pluto. And at the speed he's going at the Earth right now, he's gonna be like a bullet. He's gonna crack the Earth in half. Vision, do some sciencey computer shit. Estimate how fast it'll be before he gets here. And Vision, like, according to my calculations, he's gonna be here in 5.5 hours. So Jim McKay love his countdown and shit. So he'll be in 5.5 hours. We got to figure out how to stop an invincible bullet headed towards Earth. And they're like, well, shit, we don't know this. And they don't even know where he's at because, like I said, he's traveling because it's 5 billion kilometers from Pluto to Earth. So they don't even know in space where he's at because he's moving too fast. Like, this perplexing even a god. Well, what about a goddess? And that's when, boom, Storm walks in the room. We know all her Beyonce energy and shit, And Sam's just like, yeah, I recruited her because we need a mutant on the team because we need another voice, like that. And everybody is just happy to see her, except T'Challa. He's the only one not smiling. I'm pretty sure he's pissed right now. He's like, Sam, what the fuck you doing bringing my wife to the spot, man? Those vibranium wings, I'm getting those shit back. So yeah, I just translated for you. So anyway, he's back, and they basically sent Storm, even though she just arrived on the Avengers, she sent on a mission to go meet the X-Men. And Cyclops like, why the hell are you hanging around with the Avengers? Why don't you come back to the X-Men? He like, and Storm just laughed at him like, no, that ain't gonna happen. Because first off, you won't take orders from me, and I damn sure not gonna take orders from you. So we know this shit ain't gonna work. And plus, the Avengers, they're equals. Even though Captain Marvel is the leader, they all see each other as equals. Not like a leader and a strike force. She's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, you're an Avenger now. She like, okay. So then they find Cerebro, and it is Quentin Quire. He's like, what's up, Avenger? And he kind of says with the hard R, So basically, she ain't an X-Man no more.
Okay.
So anyway, they trying to get word on where Hyperion is, how to stop, because they don't even know how to stop Hyperion, because like I said, he's Superman. So all they know is that they get a phone call, and like, who we got the phone call from? Hyperion? No, worse. And like, oh shit, who is it? And like, oh shit, it's him, Blade. Because remember when he tried to take over the world with the vampire army nation?
With the vampire
shit,
like
that, yeah. So they kicked him off the team after that shit.
Blood Oath. Or no, what was it called?
Blood Hunt, whatever like that. Yeah,
Blood Hunt.
Yeah. So even though he was like possessed and mind control like that, they're like, you got to go, man. You can't be on the team. So you're like, cool. You keep me on the team. But the thing is, I know about Hyperion because that whole Heroes Reborn shit, like back in the 2021, that we reviewed when what's the name?
Oh yeah. Was that Jason Aaron or whatever?
Yeah, it was Jason Aaron. Yeah, the Squadron Supreme. So he's going back to that. So he's like, so even though they rebooted the universe back to the Avengers, Hyperion jumped over from that universe to this universe. That's why he's so pissed. So you're like, since y'all took my world, I'm gonna take your world. But Blade told them how to beat Hyperion. Just like Superman has kryptonite, he has a weakness too. His weakness is vibranium. And Black Panther like, oh well, shit, why did you just say that? We got that. So yeah. So they decided to make they got a plan. So they decided to go to the Sanctorium. Scarlet Witch goes to talk to Doctor Strange and Clea. And like, okay, so Blade gave us a tip on how to kill Hyperion. And like, I'm not listening to Blade. He just stabbed Doctor Strange here not longer. He's like, I got better. It's okay. They're like, yeah, but I still don't trust him. So yeah. So we go past that to so we got the Sanctorium, and you got the mutants, and you got Asgard. You got Asgard. He goes to Asgard, and Sam just leads Thor there. He's like, hey, Thor, when you get the thing set up, let us know. And he's talking to Lady Sif, and Sif like, oh, let me guess, Midgard is in danger again. She's like, yep. Did you tell him? She's like, no, not yet. So what is he planning to tell him? We'll find out later on. Then okay, so now the plan is they got, since they know that vibranium is a weapon, they're going to drop a vibranium bomb like in its pathway from Pluto to Earth. And it's going to be just big enough that they know. They were like, well, what if he sees it and skirts around it? Like Vision, like, nah, he ain't gonna do that because he's gonna fly so fast he won't even notice it's there. And when he flies past it, it's gonna kill him immediately. So I'm like, man, the Avengers killing people. So that's when they decide to make the mind, the soul, and the eyes. So they combine that way they can completely find out exactly where Hyperion is. So now they know where he's at and they know where to pinpoint him on there. So they're like, okay, so all we need to do is just drop this bomb in there and kill him and be done with it. And Vision like, should we really be doing it? I mean, should we really be killing Hyperion? And Carol's just like, look, he left me no choice. I'm the leader of the Avengers. I got to make the hard decisions. This is not a hard choice. He's leaving us no choice but to kill him. And Vision just like, well, fine, that's what we're gonna do. We're like, wait a minute, I thought about something. She was like, okay, he tells the ship or the computer or the city, whatever the hell they're doing, send it to another dimension. She like, send it to another dimension, but like I can send it to another dimension, but it's gonna take me 5 hours to actually close it, and by then I won't be able to. He's just gonna just hop out the dimension and come right back on his schedule. He's like, but what if we gave him a choice that he didn't want to come back? She's like, what are you talking about? He was like, look, here's the thing. What we're gonna do? We're gonna send to another dimension, to this specific dimension, and I guarantee you that'll be it of it, and we won't have to kill him. Like, okay. So they send it. He's flying, and he goes from Earth 616 to Earth 901. And he's there. He's like, what the fuck am I? He was like, it don't matter. I'm gonna just fly back to the entrance and just go back and kill him anyway. And that's when he gets this message from this robot that the Avengers sent in that same universe. He was like, Hyperion, I know all about you. I know what you're doing. Hyperion like, I don't care. And he starts attacking the robot, and he sends it to Earth. He was like, wait a minute. I know you lost your Earth, but what if we gave you another Earth? So basically what Vision did is they took them to another Earth that doesn't have superheroes there. All they got is people fucking on the planet, going wild, going crazy like that. And basically the robot is telling them they need a hero. You can be that hero. So yeah, you can fly back and destroy the Earth in 616, or you just stay here and be the hero that you've always meant to be. You're like, huh. And that's it. So Hyperion just stays in the universe and doesn't fly back and leaves them alone. Meanwhile, Thor and Storm are having a conversation, and Thor is just like, did you take the invite? Are you going to be an Avenger? You're like, yeah, I'll be an Avenger. You're like, good, because they're going to need you. You're like, what do you mean they? What do you mean? Are you not going to be there? They're like, nah, I can't. Because in the Thor book, that whole he's being accused of murder, he's going to go deal with that shit in the Mortal Thor book. He was like, so I got to leave. But the thing is, that's why I'm glad you're here, because the Avengers are going to need a Thunder God. The end. So yeah. So Thor's out, Storm's in.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So bait and switch, but I kind of still like the story. That was it. It just because I really bought the book thinking that Storm and Hyperion was gonna like square off or some shit, What do we got here? Great drawing. Yeah, good drawing on there. So yeah. But we'll see where it goes from there. They're coming in hot. Yeah. All right.
Oh, seriously. Yeah, she's naming. Yeah, she's commenting on the Destro stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next, I'm gonna leave it to you. So what you got next?
I have The Moon is Following Us, #1. Another image book.
But another image book by
Daniel Warren Johnson.
There you
Written
go.
by Daniel Warren Johnson.
Daniel Warren Johnson, y'all.
He's my boy. I'm a big fan of Daniel Warren Johnson. I'm pretty much read anything he does. He's the creator, writer, and artist. He doesn't do all the art, but he obviously did some of it. We have Riley Rossmo, also a co-creator and artist, and once again Mike Spicer on the colors.
Mhm.
You know, I guess Brian Stegman did a variant cover, which I have not seen. So,
Nice. Okay.
but anyway, this is another Daniel Warren Johnson book. Again, huge fan of his work. This story is basically some like an amalgam of like sci-fi and fantasy. So basically, it starts out where like this husband and wife, they're this warrior couple, you know, and like this frog mutant thing, they're trying to like, you know, fight their way into this like stronghold where they think their daughter is being held captive. Like, we got to save our daughter, you know, so we got to fight our way in. We have to, you know, strategize. It almost feels like a video game. We need to figure out how to, you know, get in and, you know, infiltrate this place, you know. And they also have like a wizard with them, and you know, that helps them, you know. Basically, they go in, they fight their way in there. They find this like weapons dealer, and he's like a giant bat, you know, and he's got all these weapons and stuff, you know. And they're like, no, we need something with more power. So this weapons dealer basically hands them this cube. It's like a cosmic cube. He's like, this thing can do anything, you know. So right when they take the cube, they get, you know, the enemies come like, oh shit, you know, we got to fight our way out. So they start fighting their way out, you know, taking on these weird mutant monster things as they fight their way out. The wife, she gets like shot with some arrows, like she gets like mortally injured, you know. They're like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here. We, you know, and so use the cube. So they use the cube and it turns into a helicopter. And they jump in the helicopter and fly away. And, you know, they're flying away and they're like, and the one wizard is like, hey, you know, she's injured really bad. You got to get her out of here, or else she's going to, if she, you know, she dies, she's trapped here, you know. Says, no, we can't leave our daughter. But yeah, but your wife needs to heal. You got to get her out of here. You got to go through the portal and heal, or else she's trapped here. So they do. They go through the portal. The husband takes the wife who's been injured through the portal, and they get to the other side of the portal, and they wake up in a bed, and they got like these virtual reality devices on. So it's like they've been in a video game, like the Matrix or some shit, you know. So like, oh shit, and like, you know, yeah, we gotta, you know, that was close. You know, you almost died in there. Blah 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 blah. Okay, well, let's go check on our daughter. And they go and check on the daughter, and the daughter's in her bedroom, and she's hooked up to the video game device, the virtual reality device. Oh, wow. And like, okay, well, you know, hopefully we'll get her to wake up someday. And that's where the book ends. So we got to go back in there and get her, you know, and we got to get her to wake up. So their daughter's obviously trapped inside the virtual reality world or whatever. So yeah, this was quite interesting. It was kind of like, a weird amalgam of sci-fi and fantasy and, you know, just kind of anything, you know. In a way, it kind of reminded me of your boy, Sucker Punch, Snyder. Or just like anything. You got dragons, you got monsters, you got robots, you got helicopters and
like you
guns and swords.
Snyder? What
yeah.
Our world? Okay.
Yeah. This fantasy, inside this fantasy realm, this dream world or whatever. But yeah, this was, again, Daniel Warren Johnson. He's got like this weird, wacky, wild, like, you know, imagination. But no matter what he writes about, he's always grounding it in family drama. There's always a lot of heart and, you know, dramatic character depth, you know, going through all the stories that grounds the stories. And again, we have these parents that are trying to save their daughter, you know. And then so this whole virtual reality weird fantasy dream world realm is just like, okay, that it's intriguing. It adds to this mystery. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it, you know. Can't wait to read the next issue. This is a 4 out of 5. So pretty cool.
Okay. Shout out to Andrew Evans for the classic quote. put your pussy lips on live. I give you $1,000. So I understood that reference. So shout out to little Bootsy. So where are we gonna go next? Okay, last book I'm going to do is what we got here. Superman. We're gonna do Superman.
Oh, I
All
read
right.
this.
Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Absolute Power
Still
tie-in.
an absolute power tie-in.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all. You can feel they're starting to wrap it up because it's kind of like. Hold on, let me see. We got another one. Let's see. Let's see. What's this one? They still coming in hot.
How are you,
We
man?
old as fuck, man.
How are you? They're asking, how are you?
Oh, I thought it was how old are
We're
you?
doing all right. Thanks for
We're
listening.
doing all right. I thought like, how old are you, man? That'll tell you how old I am right now because I couldn't read that shit. And the baby oil bitches. Did he? Y'all motherfuckers hilarious tonight, man. I'm sorry. That's why I'm clicking on
Okay,
this
that
shit.
guy wins the comment to
Yeah, that
contest.
guy would have commented. Can I pin this? I need to pin this shit, man. I'm pinning this one.
I want to
You
read that
win.
comic.
You win, man. You win. I'm putting. Oh shit. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about Superman. All right. This is the Absolute Power tie-in. Okay, so for those that have been keeping up, Superman has been traveling the road of magic because he's out of power. So he's going with Zatanna, and they're about to make a deal with the devil, but not the devil, Neron, kind of the devil, but not the devil, but is the devil, but ain't the devil. Yeah, close enough to be the devil. Okay, hold on, let me get. I didn't mean to pin his comment, but yeah, I think I did. Oh damn, I can't take his comment off. That's fucked up. What did I just do? Oh, I know what I did. My fault. I did it. My fault. I did that. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna start off with Superman selling his soul to the devil. Let's go. All right, so the book starts off with Superman actually getting his ass beat by sorcerers and wizards and warlocks and all this shit like that. Pretty much saying, I hate magic. And then the thing is, because the closer he's getting to the map of Mordru, it's kind of mentally messing with his mind because he doesn't. The map knows he doesn't like magic. So yeah, so that's when he's talking to Neron, and Neron's basically telling him, "Look, Superman's like, no, we're not going to sell our soul, Neron." And Neron's just like, "Look, we're not. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to ask for your soul because even though Superman, I know you have the purest soul in humanity in all forms, I'll never get your soul because you're never going to die." I mean, I've died before. Okay, well, how they worked out for you? If you died, how am I looking at you right now? So yeah. And Zatanna, all the fucked up shit you did, not the dark magic you pulled through, I damn near own your soul already. So no, I don't want your soul. What I want you to do is lie. And Superman's like, okay. So, and I want you to betray your friends. Like, okay, I will do that. So I think Superman thinks he won by lying to Neron, but we know it's never that easy. But we'll find out what Andy basically tells. I know about your anger issues, Superman. He was like, yeah, I know. He walks in. So whatever's going on, I'm pretty sure that's going to come back later on to haunt Superman. But anyway, but he said he didn't sell his marriage to him and shit like that, like Spider-Man did. You know, they went in there and got the book of Mordru. So you got Lois and Mercy, they're flying to the Fortress of Solitude trying to meet up with Superman. But when they finally get there, they find out that the Fortress of Solitude has already been destroyed because they blew it up in Absolute Power. I think #2. Superman like did Black Zero protocol where it's self-destructive. So nobody's there. And basically Mercy's looking around. She's examining everything. She's like, all I get, there was a big fight going on right here, but all I get is sense of Brainiac. And she's like, Brainiac? Like, but Superman killed Brainiac, or at least Superman saw Brainiac blow up with his ship in space. How's Brainiac here? So that's when they got them walking through, and I like this panel right here. It's kind of like that. I can't remember the name of that painting. That painting, you know that painting. What I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I know. Is that MC Escher? No, not.
MC
Oh,
Escher.
no.
It is MC Escher. That's what I'm thinking
Is it
of.
MC
MC Escher.
Escher? Okay,
I,
yeah.
I want to say it's
I was
MC
thinking
Escher.
of Salvador Dali, but I don't think it's. Yeah,
I'm gonna go
one
with
of them too.
I'm gonna go with your first one. So yeah, but yeah, so they're walking through the map of Mordru, and basically, even with this map, since they're going through the shadow, they can actually even enter the multiverse. So they're gonna go to the multiverse, recruit some more heroes from the multiverse, and come back and win the fight against Waller. And it's the whole time Superman just complaining like, "This is why I hate magic because there's no rules. You always change rules, shit like that, and plus using this much magic always comes at a, as Zatanna says, cost." Because she's getting fucked up from reading the map of Mordru because she said, why are you getting fucked up? Because the map usually drains from magic, but since you didn't have magic, it's draining from her life. And Superman's just like, well, why didn't you tell me that? Because if I told you that, I never would have got the magic. Like, look, that's why I didn't tell you. Because look at you. You're Clark. You're Superman. Hell, you're Kal-El. You can be somebody else when all this is over with. I don't even have a code name. My name is Zatanna. So Waller didn't just take my magic. She took my life. Everything about me is magic. So everything you saying you hate Superman, that means you hate me. She's like, I didn't mean it like that. She got so basically anytime he says I hate
That
magic,
was
she
an
was getting
interesting
offended.
conversation.
That was an interesting kind of phase because you got a person that hates magic and the person that their whole life is around magic. Like there's nothing else to her but magic. So yeah, and I like it because they're pretty much the most exact opposites of people you can think of. But anyway, they get to the House of Heroes, which is like in the middle of the bleed. It was a thing, the Justice Incarnate or some shit like that, which we haven't seen them since Pariah killed them. We don't even know if Pariah really killed them or they just went somewhere else. But then when they get there, the whole place is fucked up. And then we see Dr. Light, she got fucked up. And she's like, we can't travel the multiverse because there's something hiding in the multiverse that will kill us if we go through there. And Superman's like, what the hell is strong enough to just live in the bleed of the multiverse? And that's when it escapes and like me. And that's when and then this thing pops out. And Superman's like, I've seen this thing before. And that's that thing we reviewed when Superman and Batman did a fusion dance with Hal Jordan's ring and became one being. They never gave it a name, but I called it Martha, but it's whatever. So, but Superman figured out that, okay, if we figured it out, obviously a multiverse version of us would have figured that out too. It just makes sense, So, and that's when the thing calls itself Confusion, and it's from Earth 3. And I'm like, oh shit, Earth 3. So Earth 3 is the exact opposite of Earth 1. So everybody's bad, good, everybody good is bad, whatever like that. And that's when Superman's just like, so you're not Owlman and Ultraman? You're like, no, I'm actually, bam, he gets attacked. So we don't know who he is. We can kind of guess. That's obviously Sinestro's ring, but yeah. So the House of Heroes ship is about to like fall into the bleed, so they got to get out of there. So they use the Map Mordru to get out of there. But since Zatanna's still fucked up, Superman's are like, don't worry, I'll share my life force with you. But like, I thought you hated magic. Look, I gotta get over my fears, and plus we gotta do this if we're gonna win. So they take Dr. Light with her, they escape, and like it's Superman, it'll take you to your heart's desire. So they just take them there, and they end up and Confusion dies or some with the House of Heroes. So yeah. So they end up at the Fortress of Solitude. And they thinking, and Waller is basically calling all her people back that we need. Like the final issue is about to get started on that, and that's when Lois can spot Superman's shadow in the shadow. It's like it's obviously him. It is. She pulls Superman through, and that's when Superman says, "I love magic." So that's the 3 words that Superman has never said before in his 80 years of publication. TV shows, radio, whatever. Okay. He's never said he's loved magic. He's always said fuck magic. So yeah. So they basically come up with a plan. Superman's going to catch up with Batman and Wonder Woman, put a strike force together so they can attack Waller. Meanwhile, Lois going to go back to Metropolis. So because since Waller is so busy dealing with them, that means that she can put out a retraction on all the misinformation that Waller's putting out there with the daily plan to get everybody back on track. So they're going to use the Map Mordru to do what they need to do. And they jump through it and boom. And they're going to finish up in Absolute Power 4. But wait, there's more. Because Doomsday is coming. Again. Yeah. So, but like I said, that's for another time. So yeah. All right. So I like the story. I kind of feel like this is where the story was going on, where Superman has to learn to embrace magic. He didn't have his power, so he has to find another thing. And he asked, because basically Superman had to get over his fear of magic. That's what it is. I like the story. So yeah.
No, I thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine. I mean, it was filler-ish, but at the same time, it was a character study in Superman versus his, fear of magic. So I'm cool with that. Anything else you got, or?
No, I mean, I'm booked. I mean, I did read the new Hulk. That was aight. But should I jump on? Okay, beware, here I come. I did. Went to my comic store for Batman Day, and let's see. Can you see?
Oh shit, you're back. Okay, I didn't. Okay, what you bought? Detective Comic 27? Did you?
Yeah.
Do you have both your arms?
This is a Batman Day special.
Okay.
So this is like a facsimile edition.
So
of
which one of your
Detective.
arms did you give up for that? I see the right one, so you gave up the left
Oh
one.
no, it was $8. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Where is it? Can you see that? $8.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Right.
but the cool thing, this is so yeah, they're also giving away free Batman. Here's a Long Halloween,
Okay.
issue 1 free.
Honestly, I almost want to say the Long Halloween is required reading for this Penguin show.
Oh yeah, it has
Yeah.
Albert, it has the Falcone family. But if you can see,
Yeah.
the detective comic is like a bigger magazine size.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Can you see that? I can't. Where's the camera? Here,
It's like
here.
swerving all over the
Oh,
place.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Can
There
you
we
see
go.
that?
Why is it bigger?
Oh wait, is that sideways? So anyway, here.
Legalized meth.
Let's see.
Yes, they should.
Okay. Now what's cool about this is on newsprint.
Oh, okay.
It's on newsprint. And I want to point out something. Something controversial.
Okay.
So I was like looking through this detective story, Detective Comics. On the last page, the first Detective Comic story is all about a murder that Commissioner Gordon is trying to solve.
The
Batman
pilfer or something. Yeah.
Yeah, Batman gets involved and finds out who does it. But if you can you see? Damn it! Does that switch when I do that?
No, I see it. Yeah.
Okay, so can you see this panel where he's punching the guy?
Yeah.
And then he falls in this
Yeah.
panel.
A fitting end for his kind.
And then he fucking dies.
Yeah.
So the very first Batman story, Batman kills a guy.
Yeah.
So I just think that's kind of funny.
And they said that dropped him an acid, and that was it. And that was it. He was
and
nobody gave a shit. He just
no one gave a shit.
I mean, Batman killed a lot back then.
Yeah. Here you go. Jerry Siegel and Schuster did a story called Spy. So that was like, oh, cool. But yeah, this is basically a reprinting of Detectives 27. Oh, you want to see a Fu Manchu comic?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
You gonna get us canceled.
Hey, this is I didn't write this. Check out Fu Manchu. Can you see that shit?
Yeah.
Can you see Fu Manchu? Where's the camera? Right there. Can you see that?
Wow.
That's Fu Manchu.
The nefarious Fu Manchu.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I was sifting through this, is Powwow Smith in this book? But no, he's not in this.
Okay.
He's not in this one. But it's full of like cowboy comics, different adventure comics, different,
Well, that's what comics were back then. They were pretty much just comic strips.
Yeah, Flatfoot Flanagan. This cop, like a clumsy cop. It looks like it's just like a funny page or so. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. So, but yeah, so that's what I did for Batman Day. Legalized bro and twerk. Okay, yeah, there you go. I mean, is that I don't think that I think you can get that done at a strip club. So it's not illegal. Did I take off again? Did I cut out? I wonder if I cut out. Am I back? Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm still there. Leroy, are you gone or is it me? Is this dead air? I don't know. Oh, okay. So sorry. Leroy, I guess, went off. So I guess he's having technical difficulties, but I guess that's the show. Leroy has his computer, I guess, signed him out or something. So he is asking me to sign off the show. So thank you all for listening. Please like and share and subscribe if you like what we're doing. We talk about comics, we talk about pop culture, movies, reviews, and all that stuff. Not sure what's going on next week. I'm probably sure we'll probably talk about episode 2 of The Penguin, since we both enjoyed that show. Oh, you're back. Okay. I was just about to sign us off, but since you're here.
Since I'm here. Say goodnight, Gracie. All right. Like I said, you follow us along, definitely like, share, subscribe. Next week we're gonna come in with something else. I know what we're coming in. Oh, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I have something I'm gonna do next week. I think I'm gonna do something.
All
We'll
right.
find it. Unless I get my schedule mixed up, we'll figure it out. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys this week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths.